Bahashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And I think I'm going to title this video, GMS Somalia PSA is the same asshole I warned you about 7 months ago. GMS Somalia is the same asshole I warned you about 7 months ago. All right, now, the apostles put out an order for all brothers to make a public service announcement about this GMS Somalia dude. He came on the Australia brothers, one of the brothers live stream, and he basically, you can see it here. It's a little blurry, but you can see it. GMS Somalia came on the comment board and said, I choked my rib to death. She had no business dealing with another woman, right? So this brother did a video, GMS Somalia and terrorists for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua spies. Which really at the end of the day, I think it's just some AI shit. Now I'm not downplaying it, I'm just saying, from months ago, I did a video, going into that. And the video was entitled Agent Avatar, a different kind of accusation.
Yeah, so the Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. And yeah, continue on, because basically what that brother was saying, someone else is claiming to be, part of the brotherhood, but not doing things that's brotherly. And obviously, it's a setup, a psyop from Esau Edom, right? And that's his MO. So Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, and the great dragon, right? Going back to the Roman Empire, right? Was thrown down, that the aged old serpent, going back into the Garden of Eden, back in the time that they deceived Eve, right, which got the curse, right, to eat the dust, right, which is confusion, right, but also the curse of Cain, right, which is to have very low melanin, so forth, that your blood show forth through your skin, right, and them having the curse, right, which made them the enemy of the Most High. So it made enmity between the woman and the serpent, right? So they're going to be our natural enemies, right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Yeah, so this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 10, right? I guess I'll go for the amplified version. And he said, I heard the sound of you walking in the garden. So, right, so, right here in the King James version, it says, and he heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid. Right? Right? And who did he hear walking towards him? It wasn't actually the Most High. It had to be a prophet. Right? And I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. So this is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of the holy prophets, which have been since the world began. See? And so that had to be a prophet that was walking towards him, because you cannot hear a voice walking, so that walking would be a prophet walking towards him. Yeah, so this is keep going. So Genesis 3:11, and he said, "Who told thee that thus was naked?" And it says, "God said, who told you that you were naked?" But it wasn't God; it was a prophet, right? Which come on behalf of God, right? Come on behalf of God, right? Right. The Lord put the Spirit in him and told him, "Hey, go down there and see what's going on over there." Which of course, the Lord already knew, but but he told the prophet to go check it out, and that's why he was saying it like this. So, who told you you were naked? Have you eaten fruit from the tree of which I mandated you not to eat? Right? Right? So the Lord said it was a mandation for you not to eat. You were mandated not to eat it. Wow. That's crazy. Right? And the man said, the woman whom thus gave to me, gave it to be with me, she gave me the tree and I did eat. Right? Which we know this, it's not a fruit like that. It's the fruit dealing with a philosophy, you know what I mean? A different way of life, religion, a different path, opposite. Because this is the thing that the Lord always had, or Israel always had problems with doing, right? All the way going back to the Garden of Eden, worshiping other nations' gods, and the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, said that we can only worship Him. So we've always had this issue, right? Going all the way back, worshiping other gods. So that's basically going into that, worshiping basically another god, even if the god is yourself, because that's what Eve basically went into. Her god was, oh, I want to worship myself. I want to put myself on a pedestal. I want people to worship me. And that's why you have the attitude that you have with so-called black women. And that's why the apostle said, don't get into them like that, right? And it says, then Yahweh power said unto the woman, right? The AMP amplified version on that one, on this one. But it's like I said, it's the prophet. It's not Yahweh, but Yahweh speaking through the man, because the Lord, of course, he sups and he gives that spiritual utterance, so he could say to the prophet what needs to be said, and it's going to go out as a decree, right? And so to the woman, what is this that you have done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled and deceived me, because that's what beguile means. So they basically put in the definition of beguile. Beguile basically means to deceive or deceive. Deceived me, and I ate from the forbidden tree, right? Which basically like a different philosophy, another way, like another god, and basically her god was herself, because that's basically what he enticed her with. Don't you know that he don't want you to to uh, go down this way, because you will be like God, knowing good and evil? Because you will be like God, knowing good and evil. And she was like, "Oh, I'll be like God? Yeah, oh yeah, I need that. I want to be like God." And that's what she went with. You know what I mean? And then basically Adam did too. He followed in it. Then also he should have stood up, because I believe there's a passage that talks about, I think it's in Deuteronomy, talks about if a woman makes a vow and she says something, that the husband is supposed to speak up and say something so that vow does not stand with the woman, right? And that it will come upon him instead of the woman, right? And basically Adam didn't do that. He let it come on. So, and it says if you don't say anything, basically the situation will be so. So that's basically what Adam did. He didn't say anything, so that situation is so. So now we all die because of the woman, right? You know. And let's get to the point what I'm actually was trying to make. It says and and the Lord power, yes, which is basically Yahweh power, which was speaking from a prophet to them for the Lord, said to the serpent, right? Which this is the spirit of Esau, Edom, right? Right, which that Lord, with the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, put into Cain, gave him the mark of Cain, and then put that same spirit into Esau, Edom, right? Which they have that same spirit to this very day, which we're gonna prove that right within this chapter right here, because he said to the serpent, right, which was a man, wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just speaking of his attributes, right? Was very slick and cunning and wise, because when you go into a serpent or dragon, they're known as wise, right? Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all the cattle, right? Which are talking about all the other nations, and more than any any animal of the field, which is talking about any other nation that's in, upon the earth. The field meaning the earth, and it says, on your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life, right? Dust meaning what? Confusion, right? So you're going to eat dust and confusion, right? All the days of his life, because even though he's wise and cunning, there's things that um he's without. Basically, he's, there's basically confusion, right? Because that's how they get down. Everything's upside down. It's a lot of confusion in how they do things. So, you know, and it says, and keep going. It says, and I will, this is the point, and I will put enmity, right, which basically means enemy, open hostility. So when you look at the self-proclaimed so-called white man and who they call so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, they have had great hostility openly, right? You can go into your school books, even though they try to so-called try to change history a little bit, but we already pretty much know the history. Some several hundreds of millions, hundreds and millions of natives murdered, hundreds of millions of so-called black people murdered, hundreds of millions of so-called Mexican, and then it still goes on and on to this very day. So that is very open hostility, right? So it's no surprise if this guy is somebody who set up through Esau Edom, right, to get the brotherhood blamed, right? And it says, yeah, open hostility between you and the woman, right? And the woman being Israel, right? Right? Basically, Israelite man, woman, and child, but ultimately starting with the elect, starting with the men on the highways and the byways, and between you, between you, your seed, right, which is the Edomites, the self-proclaimed so-called white man to this very day, his seed, right, his children, offspring, right, right, the Edomites, right, Esau, and then the Edomites is his offspring, and her seed, and the offsprings of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which are you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, right? He shall fatally bruise your head, right? And then what was it? The Roman Empire, right, went down. The western side of the Roman Empire went down, and the eastern side of the Roman Empire went on, which that was Jake. That was the Israelites who carried on the eastern side of Rome, which the Israelites ruled for 1,000 years. And then, of course, Esau was able to come out of his prison after the deadly wound was healed. So it will bruise his head, and you shall bruise only his heel, right? And so yeah, we fell for a moment as the Israelites, but obviously we're gonna come back. But it's showing you that this is open hostility. It was basically is what I really wanted to get out of that, and showing you that these Edomites, which that's the same spirit of the serpent, right? Of course, going back here, Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. So after basically the deadly wound is healed, right? Because it said Bruce will fatally wound his head. So after the deadly wound is healed, he's going to return. Right. Matter of fact, you could kind of go to it right here on Revelation 13 and yeah, 3. Right, real quick. It says, and I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, right? Which is talking about the Roman Empire. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Right? Let's see, Amplified version. And I saw one of his heads which seemed to have a fatal wound, but his fatal wound was healed, and the entire earth followed after the beast in amazement, right? So going back to here. So basically let you know that was the Roman Empire, right? So it says the great dragon, right, which is the Roman Empire, was thrown down, the ancient old serpent, going back into the Garden of Eden, right, whose was called the devil, right, but devil just means a false accuser, right? Devil means false accuser. And Satan means your adversary, which is your enemy. He who continually deceived, right, after his deadly wound was healed, he continued to deceive and seduce the entire inhabited world, right? See, come on now. It says he was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him, his military, with him, right? Then I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, which is the angel, now is salvation and the power and the kingdom, dominion, what's it? Kingdom, dominion, reign of our power and the authority of his Hamashiach, right? Because it wouldn't be Christ. It's Hebrew. We speak Hebrew. He's a Hebrew Israelite. Have come for the accuser, right? See, and that's what it goes into. Devil means false accuser. For the accuser of our beloved brothers and sisters it has been thrown down, right? So you're going to right, believe, go back up here to 9, right? And you're going to Diablos.
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Right. So it said the accuser of our brethren. So Diablos. Right. Prone to slander. Right. Slanderous. Accusing falsely. Right. So ultimately, that's what this all goes back to, and that goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden, all the way to now, right? And the thing continues because it's their descendants, his seed, his descendants, right, against her seed, which is descendant being the descendants of Israel, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and ultimately starting with the elect, and that's ultimately what they're going after, right? Because there's a lot of great men within GMS, a lot of potential elect, right, which will be the elect in GMS, right?
Calumniator.
Calumniator, a false accuser, slanderer, right? Meteth, right? So this meteth, right? Because it basically kind of goes into that giving you the understanding why he called him a serpent. It says a meddler is a methyler, metaph. I just said meta or whatever, is a figure of speech that compares two things that are not alike, right? Like calling him a serpent, right? Snake. A snake and a man is two different things, right? But it's something to compare to. This is a figure of speech that compares two things that are not alike by using words or phrases to describe one thing as if it were another. For example, you are a clown is a metaphor that compares you to a clown to emphasize. Well, emphasize a quality like foolishness. So he's saying, "Hey, man, you're just a clown." Basically, just saying you're full of foolishness. Now, you and the clown has nothing to do with each other, but a clown does a bunch of foolish things, right? So just son says same thing with the Lord's calling him a serpent, right? So now that we know what that I still don't know how to say it, but it's
Medif.
Medith. Medith. Now we know what Medith is. So applied to a man. So now that we know what Medith is, it's like two different things, but you're applying it to a person, saying that this is the quality that this person is putting forth, right? Like you said, a man and a clown has nothing to do with each other. Especially if you're just a regular dude, you ain't got the makeup on, you ain't got the nose, you ain't going to a children's party to go blow balloons and twist them up and make them animals. You're just a regular guy. But I see the things that you're doing, I'll be like, man, you're a clown, right? It just means this guy's a foolish guy. So basically, by calling this dude the devil, just saying it, this dude got evil qualities, devil-like qualities, right? Who by opposing, right, which means the opposite, opposing means an enemy, right? Opposing the cause of the power, the Most High, Yahweh. So they oppose that which is good, right? The opposite of it. So it means that man that's opposite of what is good is the devil, right? Whether if he's a so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, so-called Native man, and definitely Esau Edom, he is a devil, right? Right? May be said to act the part of the devil. So yeah, he's acting the part of the devil. Or to side with him, right? Yeah, he's on the side of the devil, basically, right? He's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, right? Right? What they call Satan, right? Or the devil, right? But we'll go into that too, real quick, right? Because let's get back up here, hit this again, right? Because we passed here it is, Satan.
Strong's G 4567. Satanas. Satanas. Thayer's Lexicon. Satan. Satan.
Yeah, Satan or Shaitan, right? Shaitan or Shaitan, adversary, one who opposes another, right? So he's against God, opposing God, or opposing that all that is good, which comes from the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. That's good. Let's see. Let's get to the point. Where's it at? Yeah, there you go. A Satan-like man. See, going back into that, man. Back to it. It's a Satan-like man, right? An adversary, a devil, evil devil, Satan-like man, right? So that's just all that is, right? Because it's just right here. Because he's a man, but this man is our adversary, which adversary goes into the word enemy, right? Or enmity, because it's what he said. I'm gonna set your seed at enmity with her seed, or enemy, or adversaries, right? And this adversary that we have is basically a Satan-like man or a devil-like man, right? So yeah, so come back here. I guess I'm gonna start back off at 10, and then I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, "Now is salvation and power and the kingdom and dominion reign of our power, the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the authority of his Hamashiach have come, for the accuser," right? Going back to him being a false accuser. That's what devil means. Devil means to be falsely accused of our beloved, let's see how they say it. Believing brothers, right? Which that's a good way to say it too, right? That's a good way to say it too. Believing brothers and sisters has been thrown down at the last. Yeah. He who accused them keeps bringing charges of sinful behavior. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait, come on now. Is that not what the dude is doing? You know, now you're the T word for Yahweh Shai. Hey, Yahweh Shai don't get down like that. Right? He don't need nobody. He said he gonna tread the wine press alone. Right? You don't need to be any of that for Yahweh Shai. He's gonna tread the wine press alone. All by himself. The Lord said he don't need anybody's help. So you can't be the T word for Yahweh Shai. Right? All right. All these other things saying you know. So basically that's what it is. Wait, let's do it one more time. And keeps bringing charges of sinful behavior against them before our power, the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash, day and night. So, hey, man, that's ultimately what this dude is doing, man. Hey, this is Deuteronomy, which Deuteronomy means second book of the law. So this is the law. This is God's law, right? The Most High Yahweh, right? Who you ignorantly call Jehovah or Yahweh. Real name is Yahweh, right? Which means he exists, the existing one. Bahasham, which means in the name. Yahweh Shai means he delivers or salvation. He is salvation to the Israelites, ultimately to the elect first, and then all the entire nation will come back through the elect, right? And if a false witness rise up against a man and testify against him that which is wrong, right? Falsely accusing us, Esau, Edom, and this Jake who's complicit with it, right? Then both, right? The men between whom the controversy is shall stand before Yahweh, right? All caps being Yahweh. Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kadash, before the priest, right? Priest being, like I said, the prophets, right? The prophets was here from the foundation of the world. So you're always going to have to deal with the prophets, and the Lord's going to speak through the prophets. And the judges which shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition and behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. If the witness be a false witness, see, you're gonna search it all out, look at it, all through, which the Lord already did that, which we're even through the thing, the brothers already searched out the matter. He's seen that it was some type of AI bots at first, but then you got this Jake, and he's complicit with it, so maybe he's behind it, or maybe he's not behind it, but he's complicit. He didn't come out and say, hey, bro, I have nothing to do with that, da-da-da, so on and so forth, whatever, right? There's some way out things you're talking about doing, man. We ain't talking about deleting nobody, right? We're talking about thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible, that's it and that's all, right? I have nothing to do with that, because the Lord don't have nothing to do with any of that things. The Lord is going to judge, right? Right? as you can see, it says, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, which feast your eyes look, pay attention, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother. See, we're your brother, Esau. What happened to that brotherly love, man? Where you at? Right? You're the devil-like man, huh? The Satan-like man. So you don't have any love. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to do. Hey, Haman. That's what happened. That's what happened to Haman, right? Do unto that he had thought to have done unto his brother, so shalt thus put the evil away from among you. And that's what's going to happen to Esau, Edom. Obadiah 1:18. Ain't got nothing to do with us. This is thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. It's all we're saying. Right? So this is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 27. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein. See, and that's ultimately what Esau's doing. He's trying to basically blame the ministry, right? But ultimately, he's going to fall into his own pit, right? This is all going to fall upon his own head, right? It says, "Show whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him." See, you're looking to crush us, right? You're looking to crush us. You're really looking to roll the stone to crush us, but instead, it's gonna fall upon you. It's gonna crush you, and that stone is that great millstone, right? That you're coming against, which is really Yahweh Shai. It says, and lying tongue, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, right? So you're saying a bunch of things because you hate us, so we could be afflicted by your false witness, right? And a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So you're trying to think that you could ruin us, but really you're gonna ruin yourself. That's all that is, man. Yeah, so this is Psalms 57:6. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down, right? Man, we're in the lowest condition. We're in the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations. We're at the mercy of the Lord at this point, man. Our soul is bowed down, man. We ain't come against your so-called system. We gotta obey the laws. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord said. Right? Unless it comes against the will of the Most High, like the charagma, right? That comes against the will of the Most High. We're not supposed to get anything within our flesh, no carvings, no cuttings, no things like that into our flesh, right? So, yeah, that goes against, the Most High. Other than that, I mean, we're gonna obey the laws. We're gonna pay our taxes. We're gonna do the things we do until the Lord judge you, right? We'll have no problems with nobody. We just gonna tell you, thus saith the Lord, right? So it says they have dug a pit before me. In the midst thereof, they are fallen themselves, right? Hey, so you dug the pit for trying to come against the men of the Lord, and then hey, you're gonna fall in it yourselves, right? Ultimately, that's what it is. And in the midst thereof, they are fallen in themselves. They fell into your own pit that you dug, which goes into, like I say, going back into that dust, that confusion, right? You're pretty wise to do evil, do a bunch of wicked things. You could do all this thing, but you're never gonna really surpass being wise enough to overcome the Most High. And when you're doing that, you're going to just fall into your own pit. The one thing that you're digging, you're going to fall into it yourself. So my heart, la'ab, mind is fixed, man. We're focusing solely, only concentrated and fixed on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Oh, power, Most High, right? My heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. See? And so we're waiting for this ultimate thing where this society goes down and it crumbles. And we're going to sing the ultimate praise, right? The ultimate praise, giving praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that our Lord Yahweh Shai gets his kingdom, that he conquers this world, and the kingdoms of this world belong to our Lord, right? Yahweh Shai. And so I will sing and give praise, right? So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom, to your sisters, Yukakawathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and Ababa Ball, and Kwam Yasharallah.